Be prepared for offensive language and nudity from the start and throughout.
That's my girl.
The women have taken over.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
Load of nonsense.
But the fight for immunity continues.
This is a joke. Yeah!
Well, this is the biggest chopper that I've ever held.
And Anne puts her foot in it.
My mum named me after a favourite takeaway.
A favourite takeaway?
Yeah, Indian.
I think he's pulling your leg.
She...
Oh, I beg your pardon.
You misgendered me earlier on today.
Sorry about that. If you hadn't been talking so much about it, you see, I wouldn't have been conscious of you in any other way.
Everybody has a positive attitude, apart from perhaps one who has a dogmatic and confrontational attitude.
Just like getting on my tip ends.
This is Celebrity Big Brother, Year of the Woman.
Girls.
It's the first morning in the Celebrity Big Brother house for 8 new female housemates. Most of the women are up and feeling motivated.
OK, so who's leading the workout?
Yeah, I feel like we need Malika.
Yeah,
I think she'll be the one.
Well, are we doing it straight away?
Yeah.
If it's a choice between working out or doing my hair, the hair wins.
As a self-confessed snorer, Anne slept on her own last night.
Rachel said she couldn't sleep in a room with somebody who snored. I do snore. So I was banished to the snorers' room. It's only going to last a couple of days because the men will arrive and then there's absolutely no question. We're all going to have to share a room with 7 other people. Oh, darling, look at the kids, bless them.
Oh, no. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have a little thing just to wake myself up. But looking good comes first.
I saw exercise going on. I will get my exercise when the weather is a bit more clement walking round the garden. But I don't intend to do gymnastics in the garden. No, that's not my scene.
Yeah, we did it! Well done, guys. See you tomorrow.
Luckily for Anne, the weather has turned clement. India is opening up to housemates about her gender reassignment.
When did you have the surgery?
2 years ago now. Just over 2 years.
Was it really painful?
No, do you know what? It was like having a tooth out.
No!
Seriously, I've been in more agony going to the dentist. And everyone says, you know, oh, well, how did you feel when you woke up? Was it really sore? And we were really excited. And honestly, no difference whatsoever.
But did you feel like I'm myself now?
I was just relieved that it was all over and done with. Before then, I spent every single day, right from being a kid, the first thing that was going on in my head every day I woke up was this gender thing, you know, that the body didn't match the brain, and it was like this phantom limb thing.
So you've had the most extraordinary experience. You've lived as both.
Yeah.
Really properly, as fully as both.
Yeah, but I never enjoyed
Being a man.
being a guy. It was always like stressful and really exhausting.
Is that as long as you can ever remember when you were
Yeah,
born?
earliest memory. Despite what, you know, you do read and hear in the papers and anything, there's not an explosion in terms of surgery. We all know getting anything done on the NHS...
Did you get it done on the NHS?
It's a long way. I did, yeah. And...
Anne?
It's tough.
Yes?
What do you think about having gender reassignment surgery on the NHS?
Well, the fact is the NHS can't do everything, isn't doing everything.
Yeah.
People are going without. then you've got to ask yourself what the priority should be.
I'd say personally that would be a huge priority if you now feel like you can be yourself.
OK, but match that against, say, somebody going blind, children with cancer. You know, priorities
the
are
alternative
fine as long as you're not the one implementing
Honestly,
them.
Anne, I agree with everything you've said there, and I think we have reached the stage where probably we do have to consider, you know, introducing a few more charges in the NHS. But I think 1 in 2 transgender people at some point, and it happened to me, you know, just think that life isn't worth living, and you get so conflicted, and it's so painful and traumatic inside that you actually consider killing yourself. So I think it's actually money well spent. You are actually saving people's lives, and it is a tiny. Honestly, it is a tiny.
It is
proportion.
tiny.
Despite you know the exploitative big headlines you read in the tabloids, there is no conveyor belt of people being whipped into hospital. But you've still got an awful lot of people not getting what they need, and therefore you do have to face things, and you have to say, right, you know, anything that anybody's going through is the world to them.
Yeah.
What do we as a society think has to take priority over everything else if we cannot do everything?
Amanda is catching up with Big Brother.
How are you feeling today?
Not bad. It's a very nice lump of people. It's quite interesting. I thought I was going to miss television, but actually there's enough going on to keep me occupied. And I like all Anne's. Anne comes in and she knows exactly what she's talking about. When she's talking about the National Health, or she's talking about anything to do with anything, she's straight to the point, and she gets it right, and she says it how it is. I love this little person who was 1 minute swinging around on the floor in Strictly, and also this great sort of political little head stuck on his shoulder. It's a great combination.
Jess and Anne are having a political party.
So, Anne, do you miss being in Parliament?
No, if I was going to miss it, I wouldn't have left.
Yeah. It always interests me, because I've never really... Well, when I was younger, I never took much interest in it. It wasn't something that was in my world kind of thing. But now, there's so much going on that you can't help but be interested. But I always find it difficult to pick... So, for instance, Brexit.
Yeah.
I read one party's idea and I read the others, but both of those ideas were throwing us the great stuff to us, and I didn't know the underlying bad stuff of each idea, and so I just...
Well, I tell you how I decided on Brexit. Ask yourself what's important.
Yeah.
Ask yourself if it's possible to have it either in or out, and then take a decision.
Yeah.
I mean, mine was the sovereignty argument, so that was what I did. So what did you do?
Right, you probably hate me for this. I didn't vote for the reason I was stuck, and I didn't want to be one of them people that just voted for copying other people. Yeah. I have a Conservative family.
Yep.
My nan was very Conservative, my mum still is.
Yep.
I've got very, very Labour friends and cousins.
Yep.
And both of them were just chucking stuff at me, and I thought, I'm not a politician, I just need to go in. I left it too late, I didn't read enough of what was going on. I read the main points.
Yeah.
But I was, in a way, I was a bit too scared to contribute to it. And it was a very, you know, chicken way out, really. But I just didn't know what
Now, we're celebrating 100 years of women having the vote.
And I've done that,
And you've just told me you didn't bother voting.
Coming up... The women have got an axe to grind.
Oh, that's good.
Slight problem. Didn't actually stick.
Since the women entered the House, they've been given the power of nominations, but they're also battling it out for immunity. So far, Amanda, Jess and Maggie have secured their immunity passes, leaving Rachel, India, Malika, Ashley and Anne to fight it out. Big Brother has brought them to the engine room to face the stereotype writer. And Anne seems delighted.
Are you excited?
not really. Yeah. Curious. I'm certainly curious.
What? Oh, I'm so excited.
The typewriter will generate outdated and stereotypical messages that housemates must disprove.
Load of nonsense.
False.
Not true. I think the only difference is strength.
We can still throw.
I've got a pretty good arm.
Still throw and aim.
Throw that stereotype away.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my God, it's an
Oh my
accuracy.
God. It's an axe.
Oh my God, no, we're
Yeah.
not throwing an axe.
Oh, wow.
Joking.
This is Big Brother.
Hello.
Housemates, the stereotype writer stated that women can't throw. In order to disprove this quote, you are going to do some axe throwing. Housemates, are you ready?
Yes.
It's time for the women to show that they can throw exceptionally.
Oh, because...
Housemates have 4 attempts to score as many points as possible. The housemate with the highest score will win immunity from the next eviction. First up in the axe battle is Anne.
Come on, Anne, you can do it. Psych yourself up. Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn.
Oh, that's good.
Slight problem. Didn't actually stick.
Give it some welly.
I think you're going to get a cheeky bullseye.
Yeah.
I don't.
Come on, Anne.
You can do it, Anne.
Unfortunately, no matter how loudly you yell, my throw's going to be
on,
exactly
girl.
the same.
You're basically there.
Get really angry. Think of Brexit.
Come on, Anne, go for it.
Come on, Anne.
Come on,
Give
Winnie.
it some welly.
I want to get a fire. I want to get a bullseye.
Well, I'm glad I'm not paired with anybody in the team because I've only let myself down and nobody else.
What? Should have let myself down and nobody else.
Nil point.
Technically, it said throw, and you showed that we can
Oh,
throw.
I can throw. I just can't hit.
It's Malika's turn to see if she can hack it.
I think she'll do it. I think she will.
She's physically balanced.
Yeah.
She's getting her pacing, you see. She knows physical.
Go on, girl. Go on, girl.
Hey.
At least you got it in.
One.
You're on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you're on the scoreboard.
Yeah! Look at that.
Brilliant.
You got a bullseye.
I didn't think I was going to do
Yeah,
that
that's
again.
a great technique.
Oh, I'm proud of her.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Hey up.
Oh, camera's gone.
Camera down. 9 points. Well done.
To the manner born, that was, wasn't it?
Amazing
Yeah.
performance.
Next to show what she's made of is Ashley.
Go, Ashley. Oh, yeah.
3.
Ashley's very serious about
I
it.
know. Can you tell I'm competitive? I'm like, come on.
Good girl.
Stickers.
Come on, Ashley! Come on, bullseye.
You hit the mark.
Exactly. This is exactly what she hit.
Come on, Ashley, you can do it this time.
Never mind.
That's okay. You got 2 in.
India is next to Chugga Chopper.
Well, this is the biggest chopper that I've ever held.
Good luck.
Oh, dear.
Is that your wrist?
No.
You called it for the first one.
Oh, that sounded dangerous. That sounded good.
Makes those people in circuses look good, doesn't it?
Close. Maybe try and step
Close.
back a little bit more.
Yeah.
You're going to get this one in.
Yep,
I'm gonna go
absolutely.
there.
This one's a cert.
And we're proving that women can
more?
throw.
Fantastic.
Finally, it's Rachel's turn to swing the axe.
Rachel is very competitive, I can see that.
Oh,
See, close.
your accuracy is amazing.
Oh! This is a joke.
Come on.
Getting a good welly.
Bullseye.
The housemate with the highest score with a total of 9 points is Malika.
Yes! I love her.
Malika, this means that you have been given an immunity pass, and along with Amanda, Jess and Maggie, you are safe from the first eviction.
Thank you, Big Brother.
Jess is reflecting on life in the house.
Last night, I was a bit like, oh, I don't know if I've got anything in common with some people. But then I thought, come out your comfort shell, Jess, and just talk. So I went up to Anne today. She's very, very interesting, and I'm finding out things that I would never, when in my lifetime, doing what I do and having the circle of friends I have, will I have this kind of in-depth conversation and learn stuff? And I actually really love Anne now. She's really wonderful, and I think she's up for talking to me and teaching me stuff, and I like that. And I think Rachel is a similar person like that too. And I think just like Anne and Rachel, they're women that I kind of want to be like them, I suppose.
In the kitchen, mum's the word.
So, Anne, did you ever want children, or did you just know that you weren't maternal?
I am quite maternal.
I
but,
think you would have loved it.
I would have loved children, but it was never important enough for me to go out and find somebody to marry, ever.
It's the hardest thing I've ever done, bar none. It is.
What, bringing up children?
All my money went on childcare, but I couldn't afford to let my career slide.
What is the point of working to pay somebody else to look after your children? I don't understand this business of having children to get somebody else to look after them.
I didn't like it.
But I think I wouldn't be able to give up my career. I'd feel like I'd be bitter. Not bitter, but I feel like I'd be better.
Your children are vastly more important than that.
No, but it's not about importance, of course.
Of course it is.
And I think if you had children, you would recognise there are options and you can't necessarily do it all the way you want to do it.
I think if you have children, they come first.
But it's not. I think they can come first, and you can still go to work.
I was very bored by being at home with small children.
Does
that make me a bad mother?
I haven't said that.
So you're saying, if you push a baby out of your vagina, you can't actually...
It's about more than that.
No,
Becoming a mother isn't just about the birth.
I don't think women should be disbarred from working after they've had children.
Yeah, I wouldn't disbar them at all, but nor would I encourage them. So I feel very strong now. We've gone too much the other way. It used to be the case that if you went out to work, you were frowned upon.
Really?
Now it's the case... Oh, yes. Now it's the case that if you stay at home...
As a mum, do you mean?
Because of the milieu in which you work, you've lost sight of how actually there is now a prejudice against women who stay at home.
I'm very aware of it, and I feel that prejudice myself because I'm aware that I have friends who in my mind, I say, who have never worked.
I agree with you that people should be able to do whatever they want, and you shouldn't, if you want to be a full-time mum...
None of us can do whatever we want.
The girls are talking about boys.
Are you single at the moment?
Yeah. Pretty much since 2014 I've been single.
Wow.
It's a pretty long time.
Yeah. I feel like now I'm kind of like ready to meet someone.
I'm terrified on so many levels of having a relationship just because I don't want to get hurt.
Are you looking or are you quite happy now?
I'd like it to happen.
Yeah.
But I've not dated anyone for about 20 years.
Really?
I've never actually been with a man. I think, honestly, it was fear of the unknown.
Yeah. Would you date women as well, or no?
No, I'm not attracted to women.
So it's just your nerves, really, that's holding you back?
Just my nerves, yeah.
What about you, Jess? Are you dating or in a relationship?
No, I ended one in August, but I always find if you look for a relationship, it fucks up.
People get the wrong impression because I guess you get stereotyped as almost like, I know you're not
Do you know what?
blonde, but like a brunette bimbo.
I know I 100% do,
not.
all the
It's
time.
really evident you're not.
Yeah. I do get stereotyped majorly all the time. Never bothers me because when I meet people, within seconds I know I'm not like that.
Page 3 girls or glamour models, they get thought of as being maybe a bit thick and what have you. But you look at somebody like Jordan or Katie Price, who's like made money really cleverly.
Yeah.
And she's looked after her son.
The stick she gets.
The stick she gets,
see, now,
completely.
She is like stone, like really. If someone went at my mum, at her eyesight, I'd fight them.
Same with me, with
Bring
my
up the
son.
karate.
Absolutely, yeah.
If anyone said anything bad about my son, even though we don't speak at the moment, I would totally fight his corner.
How come you don't speak?
why are you not speaking?
We haven't had a row or anything. I just think it's only 2 years since I transitioned. So I told him when he was 16, and he was great on the day. And you know, he said, "Changes nothing, still love you," because that was my biggest fear.
Yeah.
How my son would react, and I'd lose him. But actually, it did change things a little bit, and now there's this almost like invisible barrier. But I understand why. It's because the terms of reference have changed. You know, him calling me dad at the moment is going to seem odd.
Yeah.
But now, at this point in my relationship with him, it's definitely time just to give him that space.
Time heals.
Yeah.
Coming up, tensions start to rise.
Everybody has a positive attitude, apart from perhaps one, because she is extremely forthright, so you know who I'm talking about.
And now it's hard to breathe.
It's the final chance for housemates to secure their immunity as they face the stereotype writer again to debunk another outdated statement.
Are we going to demolish this stereotype?
Your job is simple. You must work together to remove the tyre and replace it with the spare tyre provided. The task is over when the car has been returned to the floor. The only problem is there is a time limit in order to do this, but you don't know what that is yet. Housemates, this is your final opportunity to win immunity for the first eviction. This means, housemates, that it really is all to play for. Housemates, are you ready?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're ready.
Right, go! Let's do this!
Yes, yes, yes.
Right, is that enough?
No, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
OK, get the wrench and start taking the nuts off.
Come on, get a grip of them nuts.
Hold that one still.
Yeah. Can you do that? Or do you want to hold the tie? Let me turn
I'll
it.
hold the tie.
Go on, you do it.
Yeah, well done.
Let's do this, Anne.
Oh, done? Good girl.
Okay, great. Oh my God, we've so got this.
That's
Yeah,
it.
now
Keep
you've
hold
got
that
it.
tyre.
Yeah.
Right, got it.
Well done, well done.
Okay, so that can be off. Is it heavy? And then, yes. Oh, there, okay.
Right, push. Think of its childbirth.
Something I've never done.
Oh, just imagine. Push, Anne. Push.
That's weird.
Is it the other way? Yeah, it's the other way, because look how the other one is. So let's...
That doesn't sit, though, does it?
What are we doing? Oh my God.
Right.
Okay, now you can get the
Let's
towel.
get this tyre off. Okay.
Excellent, quick, get the other one on. Quick.
Okay.
OK, so put it back on. Wait a minute. We've got to get it on to line up to the holes, OK? So there's one. Oh, that's the wrong blinking way. Hold on. Do we have to come in that way? I can't do it like that.
There we go, that's it. They're all lined up.
It doesn't even seem to screw. What on earth are we doing?
Excellent. This one's going in. Excellent.
Did you screw it in?
Oh, no.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, come on, you bugger!
That way?
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah.
You're doing well.
That's
You're doing
it,
well.
that's it.
Right, get your feet out of the way. Get your feet out of the way.
Finish, big brother!
Why don't you start lowering?
Oh, my God.
You did it!
That was quick.
Oh, do we do it? Do we do it?
I don't know.
That's a pathetic tyre, though.
I'd definitely call that a spare.
Well, I mean, I know we can change a tyre. You know, that is wrong. We can change a tyre.
can
Whether
do
we
it.
can change it in allotted
Absolutely.
times is a different question, but we've proved we can change a tyre.
Housemates. Earlier, the stereotype writer claimed that women can't change a tyre.
It's wrong.
Ashley, Rachel, Anne and India. You all completed this task and have successfully proved this stereotype well and truly wrong. However, in order to win an immunity pass from the first eviction, you had to change the tyre before a predetermined time limit. Ashley, you should now open the car and take the envelope from the glove box.
Oh. Oh.
4 minutes 30.
I don't know whether we did.
I don't think we
to be
did.
honest.
Can I just see?
4 minutes.
4 minutes 30.
Ashley and Rachel. Big Brother can now reveal that you completed the tyre change in 6 minutes 31.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. You were really
Sorry, babe.
Anne and India. Big Brother can now reveal that you completed the tyre change in 5 minutes exactly.
Oh, well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Outside the limit, though.
Yeah, both outside the limit.
Ashley, Rachel, Anne and India. None of you managed to change your tyres within the given time, and therefore none of you have been given immunity passes from the first eviction.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okie doke.
In the bedroom, some of the girls are getting abreast of the issues.
Now, I want to see what bikini you're putting on, darling. Oh, look at that.
Oh, wow. Look,
It's quite nice. It's
oh, my God. Do you know what I almost just said to you?
What?
Can I see your tits?
Yes, I nearly did too.
Can we?
I nearly did. Why not? I nearly said that. Can you see the tits?
They are
We're all
wonderful.
Look at those. Oh, darling,
Look at your girls.
they're dear. They're dear little people.
Oh,
They're
lucky
lovely.
you. You must be very
They're
pleased.
so sweet.
Honestly, again, people probably think in a kinky way that I get turned off by them. I don't. They just feel right. They fit.
They look great.
They're beautiful.
Thank you. Yours look brilliant knockers.
I have got knockers. I genuinely have knockers.
Fantastic bazookas.
I haven't seen them.
Rachel, how do you feel about the mix of people in the house?
I think it's brilliant. There is almost every single personality type and good range of professions, but most important, I think everybody has a positive attitude, apart from perhaps one who has a professionally sort of dogmatic and confrontational attitude, because she is extremely forthright and a conviction politician, so you know who I'm talking about. Anne Widdecombe. I mean, of course you're not going to come into the Big Brother house and think it's going to be furnished, you know, in the lap of luxury. I was thrilled. I think it's fine. You know, I was John Lewis plates, so, you know, it's proper. No complaints.
Our household names are in the house, talking names.
Is Jess is your original name?
Jessica.
Jessica.
My full
So
name,
is
yeah.
your. So it wasn't that you changed it because you liked that.
No, it's just Jessica, because my mum named me after Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, she didn't, did she?
Yeah.
Jessica Lang.
After Angela Lansbury.
Yeah.
My mum named me after a favourite takeaway.
A favourite takeaway?
Yeah, Indian.
Are you?
I think he's pulling your leg.
Oh, well, I might have known.
She.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
My mother named me after Shirley Temple.
Rachel is grilling Amanda on her past.
Have you led a full life?
I am worn out and it shows everywhere. Yes, I think so. I tell you, I don't know how we got away with it. When I only did I never would have thought of doing it. I always said no. But I was so hounded during Coronation Street. Every Friday, you were called to the press office saying, "Very sorry, Amanda, it's going in on Sunday," or "It's going in on a thing."
So what kind of stories were they running?
Well, because, you know, if they get a sniff that you happen to be having a same-sex relationship, I mean, I'd had various sex relationships of different sorts, and And, I mean, I even did live as a threesome at one time in my youth. I just
So
didn't...
you had a threesome with a man and a woman?
Yeah. Years and
Good.
years and years and years ago. A very important one, actually. I also had a very sort of strange, odd feeling that if you're living with a sort of a lie of something,
Yeah.
you really can't be honest...
At all with anyone?
With anyone. You edit yourself.
I think that's very
You're
true.
going edit when you're talking.
So what was the lie you were living with?
Well, at the time, I was living with a female. I just hate the label system at the moment. I hate labels. I go, oh, the more labels, the more complicated it's going to be. No, we're all people.
Yeah.
And anything can change. My goodness, I've seen people have shocks in their life when their life suddenly changed and went in a different direction that they'd never expected.
What, in terms of a revelation or a...
Well, they meet someone and out of the blue, you think, oh my God, you know, that you'd never have thought that would have happened. Or
Yeah.
people who are completely straight. Good Lord.
Ever the gent, Big Brother has taken the ladies out for dinner in the kitchen.
Are we allowed to see?
Didn't you say grace at school, Ashley?
Yeah, we said grace.
I had the Catholic grace, bless us, so Gordon, yeah.
Are you Catholic, Anne?
I am.
I was baptised Catholic too.
I wasn't, I was baptised Anglican. But
So we have gone in reverse.
I became a Catholic, yeah. Why? Why? Because the Church of England was at 6s and 7s and didn't know what it thought.
Yeah.
Are you for or against women priests?
Against.
Against?
Against female priests, why?
Why?
And yet earlier on you said that positive discrimination or, you know, singling out a particular gender
This
for
is
a particular
theological.
role.
I don't believe that a woman can stand in persona Christi.
I'm not keen on any religion, I have to be honest.
No, I'm with you, Amanda.
It has caused more wars than anything else.
Yeah. And it's also caused more good. I mean, who do you think actually gives most in overseas aid? Catholic Church gives more than any individual country.
What would you say, Anne, about the Catholic Church that covered up all the abuse?
There was nothing remotely unique to the Catholic Church about it.
You're talking about very, very recent history. I think it's deflecting the issue.
Yeah, if you want a one-sentence answer, I don't have one, so we'll finish.
OK.
But if you have the patience to hear something all the way through...
Well, the point I'm making is that the Catholic Church concealed an awful lot of abuse.
Come on, ladies, it's Celebrity Big Brother, not Panorama.
Enjoying my dinner.
Good.
For dessert, housemates have been playing a game in which they must read out a statement and work out which of their housemates the statement is about.
This woman tried to kiss her best friend.
That must be
Malika.
Yeah, I think it must be Jess. Because I've thought everything so far has had to be you. So
This
this
is another example of
Exactly,
that.
everything
It is not me.
Jess is denying it, so my answer is this is Malika, because she's the only person left who's not denying this. Malika, did you try and kiss your best friend?
I didn't exactly try. I succeeded.
I know who that is.
I don't. Who was it? Who was it? Was it Khloe Kardashian?
I think everybody knows who that is.
Next up, which one of the women gives new meaning to dumping on a date?
I would go for Jess.
I'm definitely a silly thing thinking on.
Because you've been quiet.
Guess.
No, I think it's Jess.
Could be you, Ashley.
Oh, God, it's me.
Is it Jess?
It is you. She goes on my head. I genuinely don't know.
Oh, I thought everyone would realise straight away because I was so bad. An ex of mine, like, treated me awfully and he cheated on me and he was just horrible. But I was so in love, I was 23. He invited me over for dinner and I was like, this is my chance to, like, turn up, look amazing, and no matter what happens, that I'll leave in control and he'll hope to get me back. So we had dinner and like, it was really creamy pasta. We were both sat on his brand new sofa and he was showing me like pictures of everything he'd been up to on his iPad. And I was thinking like, oh my God, my tummy is like so sore. And I literally, like, he kept talking, so I was, like, waiting for a pause. Like, I'm just going to pop to the loo in his one-bed flat. So already I was like, this is going to be awful, and this was not the plan. And I was wearing, like, a little, like, probably about this size dress. And then I was like, oh, I'll just try and, like, release a little bit.
Yeah, right, OK. OK, we've got the picture.
My lasting memory of him is the last time I saw it is him with marigolds on, scrubbing his sofa. And I was like, I think I'm just going to leave. And he didn't even turn around. And then I told my friends, and they were like, well, he did shit on your heart.
I would say that was shit as he deserved.
I think you really win, Ashley.
I do. I commend you for sharing. You got exactly what he deserved.
This woman went on a TV show to share her worries about her sex face.
About her what?
Can I?
Do you know what a sex face is?
Let me explain the misconception.
obviously,
Okay. There was a show called Celebrity Sex Pod, and it's basically where you worry about not sex. It can be, you know, will I be able to breastfeed if I've had a breast enlargement? I was concerned that it, you know, it might look like you're having a poo.
Can you speak up, please? Could we hear that? Sorry, can we go again?
I don't want to talk like this in front of Anne because I don't think it's appropriate.
Can we go?
It upsets me, Anne. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Anne, shut your eyes.
OK, go in the other way.
Shut your eyes and make your sex face.
OK.
It's hilarious. Your worst fears.
You're so rude. Silly. It looks like he's going
Coming up, the girls just want to have fun.
Relight my fire, 'cause I need your love.
Housemates are relighting their fire with a bit of Take That.
Your love is my only desire. Relight my fire. 'Cause that
Maggie's like, what is... Sorry.
I'm going to go and sit with Anne. No! I'm going to go and sit with Anne for this one.
here.
relight my fire. Your love is my only desire. Relight my fire. 'Cause I need your love.
I'm not really attracted to guys my own age. I mean, I'm not making a...
You like them younger
older
or
or
older?
younger?
Younger. But in England, ageism is really alive and kicking. It's very acceptable for an older guy to be with a younger woman. Nobody looks twice. But if I walked down the street with a guy, 20 years, 30 years younger than me, people would be looking, ooh, you know.
Yeah, but Madonna's done it. Yeah. Madonna's done it. You're Madonna. You're Madonna. And did you ever date?
I had a romance at Oxford, yes, once.
You've only ever had one romance?
Yes. It was never a big priority. I mean, we might have married, but we didn't. If Mr. Right had come along, I would have been receptive. He didn't, and it was never a big enough priority to go out and look for him. So it was a mixture of choice and chance.
Yeah, you've had a very busy life in your career and in other areas, and
it didn't happen. And I'm perfectly happy that it didn't happen. And if I weren't happy that it didn't happen, presumably I'd have gone out and gone looking. I never get an interviewer who doesn't ask this question.
But the idea that it's our whole existence is reinforced constantly. You know, when we have to give interviews, when we interview women, it's, you know, the personal life of the woman is seen as much as a public property, far more than the personal life of the man.
I think that is right.
And as a journalist, I find that really difficult.
I'm going to go and do some disco dancing. Have a silent disco.
What's up, girlfriend?
It's just so heavy. I'm just, fed up with all this bloody...
It's too...
self-analysis. It's dull. I'm sorry.
It gets
it's
a little
just like
too...
getting on my tits. ends.
But we're all sitting here talking about love and relationships, and if you put all the men in this room, I don't think a group of 8 men would be talking about...
Of course they wouldn't. And that's why I actually prefer male company.
Like, I feel like the person I really haven't gotten to know was Anne. And mind you, she was the first person I met when I came in here. So I really was, I just was genuinely interested.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, like, every time that we speak, it's very cold.
Yeah.
In the sense of what you think or what you want to talk about isn't my life or what I'm used to or what I'm interested in. So get out of here with that.
I think Anne is a really good person.
I think so,
and she has a heart of gold. But what I love about this programme, and I watch it every year, is it becomes like an emotional roller coaster, and people open up and they connect on that level.
Yeah.
And she's not really connecting.
Because we're not talking about things that
I
she's
know.
invested in.
But
So maybe this is why this is good for her.
Well,
maybe that's why.
Maybe it is. But to be honest with you, I really, really want the guys to come in.
You
now.
do?
Definitely. Everyone in the house is a really nice person, and they've all done great things. I get that. I've heard it for 24 hours, and all this backslapping is getting on my tips. Just do something else. It's like really fucking pissing me off. Tomorrow, I'm going to start just going to do my own thing. And if people get pissed off, I'll think it's frivolous.
At least let me catch wind of what direction you're going in. Can you do that?
I'm just going to have fun.
Look, all I'm saying is I'll back you up.
That's okay, so I'm going to practice my walk.
After her conversation with Malika, India has come to see Anne.
Hi, Anne. You all right?
Ah, yeah, fine.
Hey, well done, T-Man, for the tyres. Honestly, I didn't have a clue. That was good instructions. I'm sorry we didn't win, but...
Well, we didn't quite make it, but it was fun, and we did it. We changed the tyre.
Yeah. Well, we got it done. That was the main thing. I just wanted to say, I know you misgendered me earlier on today.
Sorry about that.
That's fine, and I know it's a genuine mistake, so... Not a problem.
If you hadn't been talking so much about it, you say I wouldn't have been conscious of you in any other way.
It is difficult when you talk to somebody who's trans, who talk in the old sense and the new sense, and for somebody following it, I totally get that. So, you know, it's not a big issue. I just want you to... I mean, you know that it hurts trans people when that happens, but I know it wasn't a deliberate thing because you're a good sort.
No,
all right?
certainly wasn't deliberate.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
All right, hon.
OK.
So, I'm going to have a glass of water. I think too hot.
Malika has got boys on the brain.
I'm actually excited about having the men enter because I think it'll show a lot about the women. I think it changes the atmosphere for women. Life is not just women. So the male and female intertwined will be very interesting. I think the most interesting part is to see how the women change when the men come in. Some women will stay the same. I think that maybe some women will change. I feel like the women have grown a little territorial over the fact that we have been here first, and that's kind of natural. You know, we've won tasks here, and women have won immunities already. So when the men come in, I think we do have a healthy advantage. We're somewhat winners already, and when they do come in, they got some tough cookies to deal with.
Who runs the world?
Girls.
Tomorrow, 8 men shake things up.
Finally, testosterone in the house.
I prefer women's company to men's company.
I'm not afraid of a confrontation and throwing white wine.
Feminism means women should spoon man. I'm single. If I make a connection with someone, it's gonna be a great thing for me.
The ruckus usually doesn't start here, but it kind of ends here.
I can't wait to go in. Big brother, bring it on.
A house full of women to the original flatmates. The season premiere of new Will and Grace is at 10 tomorrow here on Channel 5. Next, Honey G and Chanel McCleary get the once-over from the Trend team in Celebrity 100% Hotter.